Hello, YouTube family. Welcome to the retreat. I am Terry. So, as some of you may know, on August 18th, my 15-year-old daughter, and our two cats made the move from Savannah, Georgia to Merida, Mexico. We have been here 38 days today. Yes, today makes 38 days in Merida. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you about our experience with the trip here and our experiences being here so far. So stay with me. I'm just going to ramble with you a little bit and share how it's gone for us. So right now we are in our second Airbnb. The first one that we booked was in Centro. So if you've been following a little bit of the Merida YouTube scene, you know that Centro is equivalent to the downtown area. Now I'm going to talk real specific to some of y'all because some of y'all are going to really dig this. So I'm from Savannah. Savannah is a very tourist town. People come from around the world to visit Savannah. It's very touristy in one particular area, our downtown area. So in that area, it's set up with little squares that are supposed to be based upon like the squares that you would find in France. Same thing here with Merida. They've got those little squares that are very much like Savannah in the Centro area. But the feel of it, the look of it. If you've ever been to St. Augustine, Florida, think about St. Augustine, Florida with a lot of graffiti. And you don't throw me no hate down in the comments about that. It's true. So St. Augustine, Florida with a lot of graffiti here and there. Doesn't make it unbeautiful, but it just is what it is. So the Centro area, very, very much touristy. I know some people will say, oh, well, Merida's not really touristy. From a person that comes from a tourist town, I felt that vibe. I felt it big time. I knew what it was. So again, as I was saying, our first Airbnb that we booked was in the Centro area because we wanted to be kind of in the walkable area, kind of get a feel for where things were, to kind of feel the life of Merida. And also the one that I found had a really nice pool. And something you'll notice that people talk about a lot in Merida is the heat. You're not going to have me talking about that. You're not going to hear me talking about that. This may be the one time I mention it, and I'm not going to mention it again. All right. But because of the fact that people talked about how hot it is, it's so hot, it's so hot. Jesus, I'm going to die. It's so hot, it's so hot. I thought it was important that we go ahead and get a pool for our first place. So I did book one with a pool in the Central area. It was very important to me. It was very important to me in my mind, in the fantasy that I had going on in my head, in me like reinvigorating and taking control and taking back the freedom of my life. And a big part of that, of course, was the leaving of the States, but also to have this freedom to let myself be as cared for as I could. I planned to wake up every day, pop into that pool, swim, yoga, exercise, do my thing, become more fully the me that I had begun to miss and lose. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened because like right before, I think, was it a day before? Maybe a day before we were scheduled to fly out of the States, my Airbnb host sent me a message saying that the pool wouldn't be totally filled when we got there, but he would come there in a few days to fill it fully, but we could still enjoy it. If that okay? Was that okay? And in my mind, I was thinking, oh, it really ain't okay. Because the whole reason I booked this place, I paid more for it than I would have normally because it was for that pool. It was for that pool. There were other places. They were further out. They were outside of Centro. They were much less expensive, but they didn't have the pool. So the pool was a selling point. So the fact that I wasn't going to be able to indulge in the pool in the way that I wanted to, no, it wasn't all right. But me being me, I was like, oh, sure, that's okay. However, I did add, but I am very excited about this pool, and I plan to swim every day. Trying to make it clear, look, bruh, please get the pool together because my plan is to be swimming through there like a mermaid. And again, and I'm jumping here in there, that didn't happen. So when we did arrive, as he said, the pool wasn't, it wasn't filled, but also it was green, it was green, and not green in the way like the beautiful green of a tropical beach and the water is this wonderful green. It was green like, is it okay for me to get in that? And I wasn't sure. I didn't know. I didn't know. Wasn't that comfortable. Wasn't going to get into it. So that was a bit disappointing. That was our first place. So the place we're in now is not in Centro. It is instead near the Parque Verde. No, that's not right. The Paseo Verde. Which is this huge park, like if you want to think of like Central Park in New York, a huge green space with biking and trails and things of that nature. Specifically picked this place because it was near that park, because I found of our time, being in Centro, what I missed about being in the States. And hear me now and understand me later. I am not trying to recreate what we had in the States, because obviously we left there. But there were certain things that I needed to make me feel whole. And one of those is being near green spaces. So people will tell you about Merida that, oh, there's parks everywhere. There are parks everywhere. As a person coming from Savannah, and if you're from Savannah or if you visited Savannah, you'll feel me on this. It's not what you would call parks everywhere. It's more like squares everywhere. And that's nice. It's nice. It's a little pop it of green here, but it's not that kind of green like where you can go outside and exercise big time, like exercise, move it around the park without, if a park is so small, a little square, and you going around 3,000 times, it's just gonna make everybody feel weird and crazy, or maybe just me, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted big, open, green space. So we picked a place now that is near the big Paseo Verde. Walking distance, can hop right there in one direction. In the other direction, there is like, I don't want to say touristy, but it appears to be touristy because they've attraction, a place of traction, a place of interest, a cemetery that's in walking distance the other direction. And the reason I say this is because there are vendors set up outside of the cemetery, so like you can get your drinks and snacks before you go into the cemetery to go through and explore and look. It's super colorful. We haven't been there yet. Shame upon shame. Honestly, for a big part of the time us being here, we've been hobbits. We've been staying in the houses, either one of the houses. Now, when we were in Centro, to be honest, we moved here in the rainy season. As a matter of fact, that hurricane hit, which one was it? I forget which one it was. Was it Ida? Was the one before Ida? I forget. But the one that hit on August 18th, 19th, that one, we came in the hurricane. So much so that the rain had started, the pre came. that our flights were delayed a great deal to where we almost thought we weren't going to make it in that evening, because we were supposed to, we flew in that afternoon, 8 of the 18th, and we were supposed to arrive, like, we flew at 2, and we were supposed to arrive at 9, but our flight got pushed back, and from what they were telling us, we were going to have to, like, there was a hop from Savannah to Houston. Yeah, Houston, and we're going to have like a little layover that was going to turn into like an overnight layover, and we're going to have to book a hotel, which I was feeling real tore up about, because I didn't want my luggage back. As it was, because we're coming here to move. We're not coming here to visit. So we had all our stuff, okay? We had 3 suitcases each, right? 2 of them were huge, packed to the brim. I paid the extra so we could pack them full to the brim, plus our carry-on luggage, plus our 1 personal item, plus the dang cats in those cat bags. Okay, so we didn't want that luggage back. So when they were telling us, I was like, what to do? What do we need to do at the airport so that we don't have to get this luggage back? And the guy was like, look, just get on your plane and act like you don't know. And when you show up at the next airport, tell them you didn't know. And that way they'll hold on to your luggage. And I'm like, thank you, thanks, good looking out. I just don't want you to put that luggage back in my hands. Hold on to it. Please don't make me take that luggage back. And that was a whole ordeal too. Let me, for you people that might be traveling with pets, y'all, get your minds right. Prepare in advance, because the struggle was real with the cats. Now, one of my cats, the big fat older one, she's not going to cause too much problems. Not too much problems. She's just not. She's been an easygoing beast from the time that we got her, just easygoing. Now, our little teeny skinny one, who happens to be her daughter, she's not about that carefree life, okay? She is a loving creature, but she will put claw to you if she feels upset. And so my biggest fear, my biggest worry, my biggest concern in our travel was how we're going to deal with getting these cats on the plane and getting off the plane with the cats. I was like, if we can do that, all things are possible if we can get the damn cats on and off the planes and into the house. So we get to the airport, and we're going through security. And this is my daughter's first time flying, first time going through security. So we're going through a little bit slow because we got to pull everything off. You got to disrobe, you got to take your shoes off. And I hadn't flown in a while. Certainly hadn't flown with like all my stuff. And I've forgotten that if you have like something computerized, we had our laptops, we had put them in our carry-on instead of having them out. So we got to open up our carry-ons so we can take the laptops out, to put them in the little containers so they can check through all our crap. And there were several lines going, several lines of security going. But for some reason, we were moving kind of slow. Ours was fairly empty, but we were moving kind of slow. Captain gotta be in my line woman gets right behind me. And as it happens, I'm thinking, why is this heifer getting behind me when there's 15 other lines she can get in? And they're not really 15 because it's Savannah, but there's at least 4 other lines she can get in. But she gets behind me and she's kind of in a huff. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure why you're huffing. You can clearly see things are moving slowly over here. But she gets behind me. And when you're going through security, if you have a pet, they do this extra thing where you can't send your pets in the carrier through the machine. You have to take them out. Maybe that's not a big deal if you have a dog. I don't know. I love dogs. I'm not particularly a dog person. I got cats, okay? I got cats. So I don't know. I would figure you got your dog on the leash, your dog pops out, it's not that big of a deal. It's a different animal, pun intended, with cats, okay? They're not for all that noise and that commotion and stuff, and they get to windmilling with their claws and shit. It's dangerous, okay? And I knew my second cat was going to do this. So I needed, and our vet warned us, our vet that had to do, you have to have your cats have, any pets have this physical exam and you get some paperwork before you go. Not for Mexico. That's not a Mexican requirement. It's not a requirement of the country. They just need a clear rabies test showing they don't have rabies or anything like that. But the airline, depending on which airline you go with, they want, a anal inspection of your animals. They want to know who was your animal's last sexual partner. Okay? They want to know your pet's credit score. All right? I'm not joking. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. They want all this stuff. Okay? So, anyway, to get the paperwork, we stopped by a vet. It was a new vet. She was fabulous. She told us about her experience and how she was, worried about her cat acting a fool, because she also had a cat that would act a fool. The vet tech had a cat that, put on a little show, parading like she's at a Fenty show. My cat wasn't going to do that, okay? Neither of my cats were going to do that, okay? One of them was going to be terrified, and the other was going to be terrified and strike out, okay? So the vet warned us that when you get there, what they'll do is force you to take your cat out of the bag, and then they're going to swab your cat and swab you. Now, I didn't really get it. I'm like, what are they swabbing us for? I didn't really know. But I got to know. Because apparently, and looking on this now, this ain't the first time something like this happened. I got the stink on me. For TSA. Okay? I got the stink. I got the label. For some reason, I got a face. I got an aura. They're going to F with me when I fly. So anyway, my daughter is handling the bigger, calmer, older cat. And it's going. But when they get to me, and I'm behind my daughter, and they do the little check that they do after swabbing your hands, they go, she got it, she checked, take her over there. So apparently, the swab showed up that now I'm a danger. I need added inspection, right? Okay, that's already annoying. But mind you, while they want to added inspect me, I got a cat in my hands. I'm holding the cat. Okay? I'm holding the cat in my hands. And if you know anything about cats, if you're a cat person, you know you got to get them by that scruff. You got to get them by that scruff and hold them and try to keep them from windmilling and Freddy Kruegering you to death, right? My cat that I'm worried about, she's thin. She's very flexible. It's only so long you can hold her before is going to get loose and it's just going to be bad. And I was like, I don't want to go to Mexico with my face all cut up. Please. Universe, please. Baby Jesus, Joseph, Mary, the wise men, Vishnu, Krishna, please. Don't nobody want to come to a new country all cut up, please. So anyway, as they're saying, yeah, you got to go over there, you got to get inspected, blah, blah, blah. And I'm worried, I'm like, oh, but my child is over there. For one, I don't want my child to get bleed. I don't want my child snatched up in here in the airport, like taken and some shit, her and the fat cat. Plus, I got this cat in my hands, starting to freak the hell out, right? And I'm saying, okay, fine, check me, check whatever you got to do, whatever kind of inspection, whatever you got to do, but I need my cat bag. Now, there is a video online. Some of y'all may have seen it. If you haven't, after this, go watch it. And it's just some clips about some animals acting a fool. I know there's several ones, but there's one, and if you know it, you know it, where this man, they're trying to adopt out this cat, and the news reporter lady is telling the audience, the studio audience, how wonderful this cat is. Come on down to the SPCA and get this cat, right? She's wonderful. She's loving. And there's a man there, a handler, a helper, a person that knows a little bit better, like, that cat about to show his ass, right? And so he sees the cat start, winding up. And to somebody off camera, he's letting them know in a way as he can to try to get some help. So he keeps going, catch pole, like, hey, get me the effing catch pole because this cat is about to lose his mind. I need to contain him so he doesn't tear me. Do the people listen? No. Do they get him to catch pole? No. And what happens? That cat claws that man. He climbs him like a monkey climbing a tree with his claws right up his leg, right up into his wing area, right up his chest. It's horrible, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious, right? It's funny. It was funny until I'm at the airport and this shit is about to happen to me. Not so funny then, right? Not so funny when my cat is about to recreate catch pole on me. So just like that man, as I'm standing there holding on to this little psychopath, and I'm saying, okay, I need my cat bag, need my cat bag, need my cat bag, right? Why didn't my cat bag come out of the little rolling vendor? What is it? What is the thing? You know, what is it called? Ooh, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you go to the grocery store, the little rolling thing. You know, why didn't it come? Why didn't it come? Why did it take forever? I'm waiting and it should be popping out. Because that heifer behind me that could not wait, that had to get in her line, get in our line, that had put her stuff in front of my stuff because she couldn't wait for us to get our stuff off. So I'm thinking, oh God, thank God, thank God, here comes my bag. It's not my bag. It's her damn sandals coming by. Y'all, when I tell y'all, and I try to be peaceful and loving, but when I tell y'all, I really wanted to use my left hand, because my right hand is occupied with the cat, right? And grab those sandals and chuck them as far to hell down that airport as I could so she could retrieve them and learn a lesson about being pushy, impatient, and inconsiderate, and maybe change her ways. It's what I wanted to do. It's what my soul wanted to do bad. But I thought better of it. I thought better of it because we had a plan. We were going somewhere, right? We were starting our fresh lives. And it's already a little bit funky because they got to do some kind of extra check on me. I don't know what they're going to do. Where are they going to take my child? Where are they going to take the fat cat? What am I going to do with this one while they check me? So I let the lady get her sandals. But in my mind, I thought, you know what I called her in my head. And that's what she was. But anyway, but I'm like, cat bag. Finally, thank anybody you want to thank, because that's what I was doing. The cat bag finally comes, and I sling that little heifer in there, zip her up, put her to the side. Matter of fact, I scoot her to my daughter, and then they take me out here. They're like, well, would you like to go in a separate room to be checked? I'm like, no, it's a teeny tiny little sister, teeny tiny. I'm not the tallest. I'm average height. I'm 5'4". Okay, I got no illusions about being tall. I'm not tall. I'm average height. But she was teeny tiny. They found the tiniest little woman to come. I guess so that you won't be like, going off on them. And she was very sweet. She was very kind. It wasn't her fault. She's just doing her job. She's like, would you like to go in another room? I was like, no. I was like, sister, I'm just trying to get on the plane. And you ain't gonna take me in a room. It's already embarrassing. I'm already embarrassed. Ain't no need to try to take me in a room now. Just do what you gotta do. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have you stretch out your arms and I'm gonna rub up and then check it. I said, that's fine. I understand you're doing what you're doing, but why is this happening to me? Why? Well, we do an extra check when you have pets to check for particular substances, and you alerted for that substance. I'm like, what kind of substance? Well, it says that you've got bomb-making substances on your hand. What? I got what on my hands? I got bomb-making substances on my hands? Okay, you can't read a book by its cover. But do I look like I know how to make a goddamn bomb? No, I don't know how to make no goddamn bomb. Now, to be truthful, I could Google it and find out. But did I know how to make a bomb then? No, I don't know how to make no damn bomb. I'm trying to get me, my terrified cats, my grumpy teenage daughter on the effing plane so we can start our new lives in Merida, Mexico. Ain't nobody trying to make a bomb. If I was going to make a bomb, I would stay here and blow some shit up. I'm trying to go. A bomb. I'm like, and then it flashed into my mind that this wasn't the first time that TSA had F with me in some crazy outlandish way. Like it's happened, like this is like the third time. at the same airport. And all I could think was, you can't see it, smacking my ass to Savannah. Let me never come back this son of a bitchin' ass airport. Shit on y'all. But anyway, she checks me and you check out fine. No, really? Did I check out fine? Really? Oh, you almost got me, because I was dastardly making bombs before we came over here. They're making so many fucking bombs. And my daughter said, here's how stupid the whole thing is, that, you know, she's with me, she's there, she got it, they better check her too, because maybe I shoved the stuff into her shit, since we so dastardly, you know, we so diabolical. But anyway, we get through that. We sit down, we're waiting in the airport, we're waiting, because we've already been told it's already delayed once. And then I get the message on my phone, bam-a-lam, that it's delayed again. So we sitting there, you know, emotions are high, because I've got a teen. She wasn't super thrilled about leaving some of her friends or boyfriend, things like that. And we're sitting there, and I'm full of like, yeah, get me the hell up out of here, yeah. So, and I'm trying to, you know, contain that and also be a loving mother, like, yeah, I love you, but yay, let's get out of here. But we're waiting, and the next thing I hear, Thomas, if you're still in the airport, please come to the desk. Thomas, and I'm Thomas. And I think, fuck, what they gonna do to me now? They've already checked me for bombs. You know, they almost had my cat mess up my visage as I'm trying to go into a new country. What do they want now? And anyway, so I went to the TSA security desk, and they're like, no, not us, over there. And when I went over there, it was the lady who had initially checked us in, telling us again that, hey, it's super delayed, y'all might not, we have to get and this, we had the conversation about the luggage. But anyway, fortune favored us. And so even though it was delayed, the other planes, everything in Houston was super delayed, and we got there and we just made it. We just made it to the desk as they were calling final call to get on that plane. And it's crazy, because if you have teens or kids, you know, sometimes they don't act in the way that you would want or need them to act. And as we were moving through that airport, I swear my child was moving slow, like she was walking through grits. She was moving like she was walking through grits. She wasn't moving for purpose, as you have to in the airport to catch your flight when it's about to leave. And all I could think in my mind is like, Lord have mercy, Jesus, girl, don't move. But it was okay. It was okay, because we made it just in time. We made it. Totally different experience. We get on the plane. Everybody is lovely and kind. Yeah, let me backtrack a little bit too. Let me backtrack. Just to show you. And coming out of Savannah, I had booked first class on that first plane, because even though it was more expensive, it was cheaper in luggage, so we could get the maximum amount of weight in your luggage, that you could tote the maximum amount of weight. Once I calculated out, would it be cheaper to get the cheapest ticket and pay more for luggage, or would it be better to just, you know, get a first class ticket and have the max out the luggage? And that's what we did. So we were expecting a very luxe flight, right? To be pampered a bit, right? When I tell you that plane was raggedy as hell. Now I don't go jet setting all over the place, but of the times that I have flown, and it was never first class before, this was the raggediest plane I ever been on. This was the Ford 1979 Ford Limited of planes. My seat was broken. It was old. It looked old. It had that old carpeting. On my ticket information, they said they were supposed to be giving me like a free drink because I was in first class. Those MFers tried to sell me some drinks. Sell me. And they tried to sell me Wi-Fi on first class. What? It was horrible. It was awful. And they weren't the friendliest. It wasn't what I had expected. But when we got to Houston and got on the plane that we barely made it on. That plane was lavish. The seats, you just melted into them like butter. There was a television in front of every seat. The flight attendants were kind, considerate, bilingual. And they came and gave us free drinks and free snacks and treated us like royalty. And I'm like, you see, you know why? Because we out of Savannah. We escaped. We almost there. We're closer to our destination. Life is changing already. Okay? This is why. But anyway, it was fabulous. We got there. We got off. The luggage situation, because there is a comedian. I think her name is Sam J. And she's a lesbian comedian. And she makes this fabulous joke. Watch it after this, okay? About her and her girlfriend traveling. And her girlfriend packs luggage. And her girlfriend packs 3 bags. And she's like, bitch, why are you packing 3 bags when you only got 2 hands? I know we in a gay relationship, but I'm a woman. I'm a woman just like you a woman. What you want me to do with this luggage? It's hilarious because it's true. And y'all, I got 2 hands. My baby girl got 2 hands. Cats can't carry shit. We got to carry them, right? We got 3 bags each. 3 suitcases, right? The 2 big ones, plus our carry-on suitcase, plus the cats, plus our personal items. We didn't have enough hands. Okay? And we were struggling as we got to customs trying to roll all our shit to customs, looking like fools, right? Tip 1, when you arrive, if you arrive with a whole bunch of luggage, okay? When you get there, ask for help. Because there were some men standing there with little carts that would have helped us. They would have been glad to help us, but you just got to ask. They're not going to come up to you and be like, do you need help? You know, are you the mate? No, you got to ask them. You got to ask them, okay? And they will help you. We struggled, and we struggled our way over to the little customs thing. And what happens, you go to the customs, you declare things or whatever. Be warned, if you're bringing your laptops in, 1 per person, or they're going to charge you. I don't know how much they charge you because we only had 1 per person. I had checked that out. I had an extra laptop, but I checked that out. I didn't check how much it was going to cost. So I just bought 1 for myself, 1 for my daughter. So we didn't get that. So you'll answer these questions and then you'll press a button. I guess if the light goes off, you get checked where they go through your stuff. I saw some people where they were going through their stuff. I'm so glad that didn't happen to us because we had so much shit, y'all. And I know people will tell you there are people, and everybody has their own way. Now, don't take all that stuff, blah 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 blah. You ain't gonna need all that stuff. Listen here. I've been here, 38 days. There's not a thing that I brought that I regret bringing. I missed a few things, okay? I missed a few things. You're going to have to tote your stuff. You're responsible for it. From wherever you go, from Airbnb to Airbnb to hotel, you're responsible for moving your stuff, packing up your junk. But if you can come to terms with that, bring what you want, bring what you need, bring what's going to bring you joy, okay? Marie Kondo that stuff that you pack, all right? But bring your stuff. Like I said, we plan to live here. We don't plan on going back. So I wanted to have my stuff. And I brought it, and I'm not upset. That wasn't fun, lugging it? No. Was it fun, packing it up, moving it from the last Airbnb to this Airbnb? Nah. But am I glad I got my stuff? Yeah. I go in and change my clothes. I know some people's like, oh, yeah, I'll change. No, I change my clothes because I want to. Because I'm living a new life and I want to wear what I want to wear. It makes me feel like me when I feel like me. Yes, whatever. And where did I leave off? I lost track of what I was saying there. Oh yeah, so customs. Now, if you have pets, you will also go to another full-grown human being that will check out your animals. And my vet warned me, make sure, because they're checking to make sure your animal doesn't have any parasites. They're not bringing anything in. And I was so worried because we live in the South, and a cat will get a flea or two here. I give them the flea control. I give them the stuff and everything. So I recommend, as did my vet, that you give them that oral dose that kills the fleas within 30 minutes. Do that before you put them into their carriers. And then that way, hey, everything's dead. They get in, no parasites. If you're worried about them having a little intestinal parasites, make sure your vet gives them something for that so they're not showing anything. Because, I don't know what they're going to do to your pet. Maybe quarantine them. I know some of our original target was not Mexico. And some of our original targets, as I read, your animal can get if they come in there with some stuff. And, that's a real bad way to start a new life, okay? So make sure your pets are all dressed regarding, any parasites or anything like that. But anyway, they inspect your animal. They ask you questions about your animal. They ask, do you have any food for your animal? Because you're not supposed to be bringing food in there. And the man was nice to me. I was like, oh, just got a little bit. Because we're going directly to the Airbnb. It's nighttime. Ain't nobody trying to be out finding your way at night to get some food for these animals so that they don't eat us in our sleep, because they cats. They're resilient. They'll do that, right? So, and as soon as we arrive, we learn, right off, hey, our Spanish, my Spanish, because I've been trying. Somebody had been trying. Okay, got to get on that. Was not up to par, because the first guy that was dealing with me with the cats, he spoke no English, nor did he need to, because he was in his country. So don't think I'm saying that. I'm not. But it is very humbling. It is super humbling. I don't know if you noticed this, if you don't know me already, if you don't follow me on stuff already, or you don't know me personally. I can talk the paint off of walls. I love to talk. You love to talk? I love to talk. Love it. I converse. Lots of things to talk about. Love to chat. Chat me up. Let's chat. Love to do it. I don't have trouble communicating. Okay? It is humbling. It is so humbling being here because I am having trouble communicating, And for those that know me from Lion English Academy, you know that I have, made a whole bunch of my life, a great deal of my life teaching English. Because of that, I got an ear. I was very proud of my ear that I could understand people when they were trying to communicate with me and they didn't have the English. I was like, I got you. I understand. So it is very humbling now to be in that position. Like, hey, Ayuda may have mercy on me because I don't understand anything. I can read more and understand. I can say the words. I can know what I want to say. I've been, practicing. But then once you start talking to me, I'm like, perdóname, mi español es muy malo. And even that, it'll go out of my head, and you'll see me because I'm very physical when I'm talking. I'm like, perdóname, and it is stuck back in my brain. And here's the funniest thing. I took Spanish a little bit in high school. It wasn't for me. In my life, I didn't think I would really be dealing with Spanish. It was never for me. I was going to be dealing with French. I was going to France. That's what I would do. So later in my high school years, I took the remaining years in French. And then in college, all my collegiate years, I took French. So as I bumble with these people here, and I'm trying to communicate with them, and I'm trying my very best to use the Spanish that I know, you know what keeps happening? I keep speaking French. Not on purpose. I'm not making a conscious choice to do it, but that's what keeps stumbling out of my mouth. French. And my daughter's like, Mama, you did it again. I was like, I know these people think I'm an idiot American, like, stupid ass. We're not French. I know you could take in. I know. I'm not doing that on purpose. My brain is just trying to give me something to work with. Like, here, girl, we got you. Say that. So, I'll be practicing. What we had been working on is mango languages. We like it. We dig it. A lot. So I'm going to see if they have a link, to something, and I will put it in the description box, and y'all can pop on Mango Languages and give it a try. So that's a tip. If you're thinking about coming to Merida, Mexico, or anywhere in Mexico, or any Spanish-speaking country, start working on your Spanish now. For reals. Really. I cannot tell you how you really, really need to do for your comfort, for your enjoyment. Now, can we make it here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Mary Tyler Moore, we're still going to make it. We're going to make it happen. But it would be better. It would be better if we were fluent. My daughter is going to be going into gymnastics. And I don't want to tell you too much of her business here because that's just not on to do it to your kids. But I'm going to tell you this. She's being a little stubborn about her study. And I'm like, honey, why don't you practice some vocabulary in gymnastics so that when you go to the gymnastics studio, you can communicate with your coaches? And she's not really taking what I'm saying to heart. So we're still going to go. I'm going to put her in. And I know what's going to happen. She'll come home and be like, Mom, you're not. But I told her sometimes you got to learn through going through. And that's okay. That's okay. But I just say that to say you can make it. Don't feel like I can't move there until I'm fluent. Nah, that's not the case. If you're like me, I don't know what your reasons are for maybe wanting to leave the States. I know what mine were, and I'll share that with you in another video. But if your reasons were like my reasons, they're pressing, they're now, they're immediate. So I say get thee up and up out of there, okay? Like leaving the club at night when it's over, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of there, right? Find another home. Go to a place that serves you. Go to a place that loves you. Go to a place that welcomes you. Go to a place where you can thrive, right? So that's, why we came here. And like I said, we'll delve more into that in detail in another video. And I'll give you some more in-depth tips in particular about the process of moving. But if I could leave you with 3 things, I'm going to leave you with 3 things before I end this. One, as soon as you know that you want to travel abroad, whether it's Mexico or wherever you're going, start working on that target language. Start practicing a little bit every day, just like yoga. A little bit every day. I don't care if it's just a few minutes, so it can stay in your brain, because practice makes what? No, not perfect. There's no such a thing as perfect. People that tell you that is a lie. But practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. So practice every day, okay? 2, about your move abroad, be it to Mexico or wherever you're going. Set your expectations in reality. Right? Again, no place is perfect, but decide what you want, what you will accept, what you will not accept, what's middle ground, what you can tolerate, what your expectations are. Do you know that there is an actual phobia or syndrome, like a documented syndrome of people that travel to Paris and they freak the hell out because it is so beneath their expectations? They have dreamed it up in their mind to be this perfect, romantic, wonderful, fantastical Neverland of Frenchness. And they get there and it's kind of dirty and nasty and people is rude and all kinds of stuff. And they flip the hell out. So don't set yourself up for that wherever you go, okay? Since we've been here, and like I said, we haven't explored that much. We've been exploring the inside of these Airbnbs. That's what we've been doing, okay? Because as I said, at the first place, it was rainy season. It was raining. So that's part of it. I got sick for a little while. I'll tell you about that too. So we were in, and then here it's been so cozy, and this new one has been cozy. So, but for when we are out, I can tell you it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not. But it is better than what I left for many different reasons that I'll share with you. in future videos, right? It's exciting. It's a new adventure, and I am for it. The third thing that I'm going to, suggestion that I'll make if you're preparing to move abroad. If you're traveling with pets, this is pet specific, start your prep for your pets way in advance. Begin to figure out which airline you're going to fly as early as possible, because each airline has different rules about which pet can travel, if your pet has a weight, if your pet can travel on the plane or has to go underneath as luggage, which documentation you need. So you want to start that research early in advance, and each country has different rules as well. Mexico's rules are among the more lenient as far as animals coming in. Like I said, the airline was much more stringent on what they wanted for our gatos than Mexico was. So those are the three things I want to leave you with. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me go on. I've been meaning to share when we're out and about and tell about what's been going on, and to really kind of chronicle and journal this for you. I've been meaning to get on it, and I haven't. And today I was like, look, I'm just going to sit down and spit it out. And so this is what you get. And I'll bring you more. I'll bring you smaller doses. I'll bring you bigger doses. I'll bring you some where I just spill. If there's questions that you have, please drop them in the comments section. Things you want to know, I am happy to answer that. Please explore the rest of my channel. Besides me talking about Merida, I also talk about spirituality, healing, crystals, hoodoo, that type of thing. And also I got a few great lo-fi playlists up in here for you to do whatever you're doing and you need that lo-fi in the background to let your mind expand, open, and take in all that you need. So I am very happy to have you here, very happy to share this journey with you. Share your comments below, and until next time, I am Terry, and thanks for being here with me in the retreat. Bye-bye.